Hello friends, welcome to riseandshinelearnpharma study YouTube channel. Today we are seeing about the topic cell membrane and the nucleus. In the last video, we are seeing that the cell membrane is the first part of the cell. So, it is a continuation video. The cell membrane is composed of protein, lipid and the carbohydrate. The protein layer is also known as an electron dense layer. It is mainly made up of the glycoproteins. This protein layer is act as a protective layer which protect the central lipid layer. This protein layer was mainly made up of two types of protein. They are integral protein and the peripheral protein. The integral protein is also known as a transmembrane protein. It passes throughout the entire thickness of the cell membrane from one side of the cell membrane to the another side. It is a protein which tightly bound with the cell membrane. Peripheral protein is only present in the outer and the inner surface of the cell membrane. It does not penetrate the entire surface, so it is readily dissociated from the cell membrane. Apart from that, some other proteins are also present in the protein layer. They are integrated protein. The name itself, it indicates that it provides structural integrity of the cell membrane. Next one is a channel protein. These proteins are act as a channel for the diffusion reactions. Next one is a carrier protein. These proteins helps to transport the substances across the cell membrane. Next one is a receptor protein. Some proteins which are serves as a receptor for the site of hormones and the neurotransmitters. Next one is an enzymes. Some proteins which are produce the enzymes which is used to control the chemical reactions within the cell membrane. Next one is antigen. Some proteins which are act as an antigens which leads to the production of antibody within the body. Next part of the cell membrane is the lipid layer. It is a bilayered structure which was sandwiched between two protein layers. It is generally liquid in state. Mainly, the lipid layer will be made up of a phospholipid and the cholesterol. First of all, we are seeing about the phospholipid. The phospholipid which consists of phosphorus and fatty acids. These lipid layer which consist of certain phospholipid varieties. They are aminophospholipid, sphingomyelin, phosphatidylcholine, phosphatidylcholine inositol, phosphatidylethanolamine, phosphatidylglycerol and phosphatidylserine. This phospholipid layer will be arranged in the two layers. The phospholipids which are resembles as the head pin in the shape. It consists of a head portion and a tail portion. The outer portion, which is known as the head portion, which faces the extracellular fluid region, and the inner portion is a hydrophobic portion, which is a tail portion of the cell membrane. It faces the cytoplasm region. Generally, we are already known that the hydrophilic means it is soluble in water, which means a water-loving substance. A hydrophobic means it is insoluble in water, which is water-hating one. Next one is a cholesterol layer which is present in the lipid layer. These cholesterols are arranged between the phospholipids which provide the structural integrity. Once the portion of the membrane moves from one point to another along the surface of the cell, the material present in the lipid layer will also move along with it. The last part present in the cell membrane is a carbohydrate layer. This carbohydrate layer will be present in the surface of the cell membrane. This carbohydrate will either attach to a protein or a lipid. Depend upon this attachment, it will be divided into two types. They are glycoprotein. A carbohydrate which is attached with the protein is known as the glycoprotein. It is also known as a proteoglycan. A carbohydrate which is attached to the lipid molecule is known as a glycolipid. These thin, loose covering over the entire cell membrane area is also known as a glycocalyx. Here, the structure of cell membrane was shown, which clearly explains and shows the parts present in the cell membrane. This diagram is very useful to study and remember all parts of the cell membrane. Next one was the nucleus. Already we are known that the nucleus is the third major part present in the cell. The nucleus present in the cell which was undergo the division process and the enzyme production process. Depend upon the nucleus, the cells are having following types. First one is prokaryotics. Prokaryotics are the cells which are having without nucleus. Due to the absence of the nucleus, it does not undergo division and the synthesis of enzyme. Next one is eukaryotics. Eukaryotics are the cell which consist of nucleus. Next one is a uninucleated cell. It consists of only one nucleus. Next one is a multinucleated cell which consists of more number of nucleus within the cell. Generally, the nucleus mostly present in the center of the cell and it is also spherical in shape. But however, these shapes may be varies in some cells. This nucleus is also subdivided into three parts. They are nuclear membrane, nucleoplasm and nucleoli. Here I show nucleus structure. It clearly explains the parts of the nucleus present in it. The nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane is a double layer porous membrane. It is a membrane which allows to communicate the nucleoplasm and the cytoplasm. The outer layer present in the nuclear membrane is a continuous with the endoplasmic reticulum membrane, and the inner porous membrane of this was guarded by the protein molecule. Next one is a nucleoplasm. Nucleoplasm is a gel-like substance which consists of DNA. DNA, we know that a large quantity of genetic material. These DNA generally made up of a thread-like substance known as chromatin. Before the division, the chromatin becomes rod shape. They consist of 46 chromosomes in all cells except the gamete, which is also known as a sex cells. It becomes 23 pairs of chromosomes which carry the hereditary characteristics and the individual characteristics from one generation to another. The next part is nucleoli. Nucleoli is the final part present in the nucleus. Generally, nucleus contain one or more nucleoli. These nucleoli consist of RNA. This RNA involved in the formation of protein. Let us see how the RNA will form the protein. First of all, the RNA produces 5 different pairs of chromosomes. Then, these 5 different pairs of chromosomes condensed to a subunits of the ribosomes. These condensed form of subunits ribosomes will be transported into a nucleus and it is directly involved in the protein synthesis. Finally, thank you for watching this video. If you like the video, comment, share and subscribe our channel for further updates. Thank you.